What's up, warriors and keyboard warriors? Khabib's manager initially posted a tweet saying, "People saying Khabib in the works vs GSP is completely true." He then did a complete 180, deleting the tweet and replacing it with, "Khabib vs GSP, the rumor completely false, fake news. Both fighters are, of course, retired. However, it's a conversation that just won't go away." The latest rumblings of a potential fight between the pair came from Kenny Florian. The former fighter detailed the following exchange on the Onik and Florian podcast, telling his co-host John Onik.
I heard some pretty crazy news over the weekend. I won't say exactly where it's from, but it's from a well-known coach who apparently is aware of a fight between Khabib Nurmagomedov and a legend in the UFC, a former two-time champion, George St. Pierre. So supposedly that is a fight that I don't know if it's confirmed, but it is a fight that George might be getting ready for and is preparing for. I don't think he would be getting ready for that or be telling people that he's going to be getting ready for a big fight unless it was actually happening. And for me, I think the only fight that Khabib Nurmagomedov would come back for would be against a legend of that kind of stature, a guy who did many of the similar things that he did. And you can kind of bill it as a fight between two of the biggest takedown monsters in UFC history, George St. Pierre and Khabib Nurmagomedov. And whether that would be for a 155-pound belt or not, I don't know. Whether that is actually confirmed or not, I don't know. This is not from George St. Pierre himself. So I want to say that first. But the rumor is that this fight, it's definitely in the works. So that is fascinating to me. And I would assume that would probably be some kind of a catch weight between those two, but I don't know.
Wow.
Having cleared out the lightweight division, there doesn't appear to be many fights at 155 pounds that would entice Khabib out of retirement. Despite being 40 years old, GSP would be an intriguing challenge. Both are often referred to as the greatest to ever compete in their respective weight classes. A win for either man would certainly enhance their legacy. Khabib's late father, Abdulmanap Nurmagomedov, always wanted his son to fight GSP. The Eagles coach, Javier Mendez, also concurs that the Canadian is likely the only opponent that could coax the Dagestani icon back into the octagon. McGregor rematch will never happen, Mendez advises Khabib. Hold out for GSP or retire.
A lot of people talking about, and we had his coach Roddy on the show. We've spoken about it with a number of people. What a second fight with Khabib would have looked like with this Conor McGregor in 2021. And I'm just wondering, after what you saw from Conor this past weekend, how would have that second fight with Khabib gone if the UFC was able to put it together instead of this Dustin fight?
He would have got smashed. Khabib's gotten better. They'd have got smashed. He would have got smashed, straight up. Khabib's better. He's better than he was when they fought 2 years ago. Conor didn't appear to be better. He regressed a little bit. Khabib's gotten way better.
From BloodyElbow.com. Charles Oliveira turns down short notice fight with Michael Chandler for UFC 258. The February 13th card has ended up looking just a little spare. So it doesn't come as too big a surprise that the world's largest MMA organization has been looking to book another top-quality action scrap to keep their latest pay-per-view offering strong. To that end, Brazilian MMA site AG Fight reports that the UFC offered Charles Oliveira a matchup with former Bellator champion and recent UFC debutee Michael Chandler. Chandler and Oliveira are both prime candidates for a shot at the UFC lightweight title, seemingly recently vacated by Khabib Nurmagomedov. And while it seems like a rather important fight to toss together on just a couple weeks' notice, apparently the time frame isn't the reason that it won't be going down. Along with news of the offer, AG Fight also reports that Oliveira has declined the bout. Not because he wants more time to prepare, but because he's solely focused on getting his shot at UFC gold next time he returns to the cage. From frontkick.online, Hamzat Chimaev destroys heavy bag.
5 minutes each. Go! Come on. Fucked up the back.
I smashed his back, brother. I smashed people, smashed the back, brother. Everything. I smashed everything. I smash you, boy. We'll come here for you soon, brother. I'll be ready. Be ready. Come to the cage and let me smash you, brother.
Meanwhile, in other news, John Bones Jones' former strength and conditioning coach exposes the weakness of the former light heavyweight champ on Instagram Live.
Expectations for John's heavyweight debut. So, I love Stipe Miocic. Such a solid dude. Love that guy. And this will be the only time I actually kind of want him to lose because I want to see John fight Francis Ngannou. As far as like bullshit aside, like everything I have to be in John aside, like you know, I don't have any beef with John. Again, you guys are gonna hear more about what happened with that. But he does not match up well with Ngannou. He doesn't match up well against strikers who are long, who don't get a lot of reach, and his reach is only like half an inch shorter than his. And the dude is the hardest hitting motherfucker in UFC history. Like Reyes was an athlete. He was like a football player, and didn't give him any size, and he gave up a lot of reach, but he still got smoked, and a lot of people thought he lost that fight. I think that if it was not under the old rules, because it was in Texas, where they award a lot more points for takedowns, he should have lost that fight. So that's the only argument I have as to why I can see the justification for him actually winning. But dude, that was scary. And you know, his last couple fights, he's not looked good. He doesn't use his wrestling anymore. He's not as aggressive. He's fighting instead of like, and I told him this, because I was always brutally honest with him, because he's around so many yes men, is I would tell him, it looked like you weren't fighting to win, you're fighting to not lose. So I think he loses to Ngannou. I don't train John Jones anymore. Again, I'm going to talk about that on the podcast. Ngannou even tagged someone to slice out. Oh, I know. John has a chin. He has a chin, but how many shots from that dude can you take? I mean, he actually has to cut weight to make 265. And John may say he's 250, and that might be true, but unlike Chael Sonnen says of like cold steel, he said he put on, it's not all muscle, man. And that's all I'm going to say about that. But something that Steve-O told me last time he was in town really resonated with me is everyone's waiting to have all their ducks in a row before they start the thing they want to do. And that helps you, allows you to procrastinate. Like, oh, well, it's because of this, I need this, it's like, no. Just start doing it. So that's advice that, you know, I need to follow for myself. And as far as self-destruction, I don't know. I'm going to therapy for a lot of things, but one of them is like trying to figure out why I am so self-destructive. Like when I have something going so good for me, why I get up. Like medical school, set up like my relationship recently. Like it's almost like I don't feel like I deserve to be happy. Would you consider training John Jones again? Nope. And I'll go into more details about why probably in the podcast.
The former trainer of Jones later said this on his Instagram account. To clarify what I said, all I said was that he doesn't match up well against long strikers who don't give up size to him. Ngannou's reach is 83 inches and is massive. I didn't say I wanted him to lose or I'm betting against him, just an honest assessment. I am also not an MMA expert by any means and don't pretend to be. Just answered a question and justified it with my reasoning. About the Reyes fight in Texas, they still fight under the old unified rules which award more points for takedowns, which is why I can see justification for why he won where most people think he lost. Everyone is into comments saying I'm a quack and a piece of shit and got kicked out of med school and sold him steroids who to know me, whatever.
If you enjoyed watching this video, please click on the like, subscribe button, and the notification bell to support this channel and receive notifications when we upload a new video. Give us also your thoughts by writing it down on the comments below. Thank you for watching, and see you on our next video.